Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Match Betting Chronicles. So today I thought I'd do this one, Roma versus Juventus, on the correct score Dutching. So I was expecting a tight game after profiling this, and I've gone with a little bit of money on the 1-0 to Juventus. I've not covered 0-0. I've gone with 2-0 to Juventus. Little bit of money on the 3-0. That's just I did in play, not before. I've just put a £1 bet because the odds have risen. And 1-0 to Roma. Now I haven't covered the 1-1, which is a little bit of a dangerous scoreline, I feel. Two teams here that don't concede much goals. But having looked at both of them, they don't draw too often either. Well, Roma don't draw very much at home, and Juve don't draw much away from home. I've got both the 2-1s covered. A little bit of money on the 3-1 to Juventus. Got 2-0 to Roma as well. And again, in play, I just did a little bit of money on the 3-2. Okay. No, that's wrong actually. I did put £1 pre-game, I think, just in case I was wrong and this game did go high scoring. But anyway, just briefly show you why I've done that. So looking at the home and away table now, and we got Roma, who you see they've got the best defence in the league. They've only at home they've only conceded 5 goals, and they don't score many either. 13 goals scored at home, so it's not like the other top teams around them. So yeah, they keep it pretty tight. And then you've got Juventus, and they shouldn't really be down here. That's misleading. It's just because of the points deduction that they had. So really, you know, they've won 6 away from home, which is pretty good. That's really good. Only the 2 draws, and again they don't concede many away from home, so only 9. So probably looking at a Roma. You know, if Roma were to win, maybe just 1-0. But they don't score many either, 11. So averaging a goal a game. So you can see why I was expecting a tight one. Roma as well, forgot to mention, yeah, they've only got the 1 draw at home. So when I look at the previous results from Roma, they don't actually have any 0-0 at home. So I'm not covering the 0-0 because Juventus also, I couldn't see a 0-0 away from home either. So they beat Verona 1-0. I Dutched that last week. They've another 2-0 at home to Empoli. 2-0 at home to Fiorentina. 1-0 against Bologna. And I think last week I said, you know, it's rare. I don't think I saw anything above a 2 at home from Roma. Not in the league anyway, so this is probably UEFA Cup. So yeah, you get a picture. Juventus away from home. Don't think they've got any 0-0s either. So they've done Spezia 2-0, 3-0 against Salentina, but they're obviously in the relegation zone or fighting for relegation. Okay, they lost 5-1 to Napoli, but you know they're the league leaders, so I wouldn't look at this result with too much importance. 1-0 against Cremonese, 1-0 against Verona. So yeah, Juventus quite tight as well. You know, they have had some big scores in Europe, but in the league it seems to be quite tight away from home. So again, I can't see. Oh look, you have to go back from September to find a 1-1 with Juventus. So away from home. So yeah, I've not covered 1-1, but it is a risk. The reverse fixture was 1-1. And when you've got two teams that don't concede many goals, if it goes 1-0, then yeah, the 1-1 is a danger, isn't it? So I'd normally be a little bit concerned now that it's still 0-0. But with these two, you know, it's to be expected. And hopefully there'll be a goal in the second half. At the end of the day, if there's not, you know, I've lost my whole stake, but I had to go with what I've profiled it. And you know, there's no 0-0 at home for Roma, no 0-0 away for Juventus. So yeah, I guess I would be a bit unlucky if it finished 0-0. With regards to what action I could take, could actually cover the 1-1 now, actually. Reduce profit by £10. Get that covered, and it's low profit if it finished 1-1. But then if it was 1-0 to Juventus, I am losing money now. And 0-0, I'm losing £72 instead of 62. So not sure if I want to cover that. But I can now cover the 2-2. It's unlikely to go 2-2 anyway, but you know, stranger things have happened. So could put £1 on that. And also £1 on the 3-0. So if I did that and Roma were to take the lead, I'd feel relatively comfortable, with the only danger being on the 1-1. Or the odds have now gone to 9. So yeah, I can look at this again. But what I'll do, guys, is I'll update you with this later on in the game. I'm just going to have a look if there's, you know, anything else I can do to reduce my risk on this, maybe on the other markets. Okay, I'll update you later. Okay, and we're back with this match and got the goal that I needed. A Roma goal, very handy. That's the good news. The bad news is I started to cover 1-1, sort of drip feeding some money into that scoreline as the odds were increasing. But I didn't get enough money on it before the goal. So I've only got £2 matched at odds of 10.5. So that means instead of losing £66 like I would on these score lines, I'm losing £45 if it finishes 1-1. The good news though, I've got sort of 3-0 covered to Roma. 3-1 is a scratch trade almost. So in a relatively good position here, but obviously the 1-1 is the danger scoreline. Now if I just go to Sofa Score to see what's happening. So it's quite low attack momentum this game, but you have to say it looks like it's been more Juventus. So at this point, looking at this, it looks like the 1-1 is more likely than the 2-0, unfortunately. Let's just have a look at the stats. Okay, so let's just do second half. And wow, look at that, 67% possession to Juventus. Bit worrying there, but expected goals 0.09, so it doesn't look like they're doing much with it. Only 2 shots off target. So yeah, I guess I'm tempted to stay in really. It's not a bad little cash out. It was, yeah, it's over 20. It's not bad, I suppose. But if I do stay in, I've got the chance to make some good profit. It's just a shame I couldn't really get some more money on that. I could try and reduce these odds further. But I put another £5 into it, then I'm losing 30 instead of 45. That's not too bad. Tenner, maybe is the best option. Then it's only £15 loss. Because yeah, you know Roma, they like to protect a 1-0 lead, so could very well end 1-0. And yeah, losing 15 is not the end of the world. So yeah, I might have a look at that. Okay, and back with this game. Only 8 minutes of normal time left. It's pretty decent cash out now of £31. I've been drip backing the 1-1, and I've got the loss down from 66 down to £18.97 now if it does finish 1-1. So yeah, I don't need to be too worried anymore. That's not such a bad loss. I do feel that Roma should be able to hold on to the 1-0 lead. They are sort of specialists in that, especially now they've, with Mourinho. And again, looking at the in-play stats, despite the possession of Juventus, very low on expected goals and just a one shot on target. So doesn't look like they're sort of making the most of their possession. Although, having said that, the attack momentum is increasing. And yeah, very, very little from Roma. So it does look like they're just content to hold on. So I would feel a bit more comfortable if Roma had some more of the ball. But anyway, this is what they do. So yeah, it might be sensible to take this cash out. But at the same time, this is how I profiled the match. Didn't profile it for a draw. I did say at the beginning that these teams, Roma don't draw many at home. I think it's just been the one in the league. And Juventus, I think it was 2 maybe. 3 maximum, certainly. So yeah, that's why I'm expecting it to be to finish 1-0. Plus, I've got the confirmation of the in-play stats. Obviously, the attack momentum and the possession is the only thing that's worrying me, really. So anyway, guys, I'll update you a bit later on about what happens. Okay, so there's been a red card for Juventus, it looks like, and that's this market was suspended. I couldn't do anything, but bizarrely this market was still okay, and I was able to back odds of 18 for the draw at with a £2 stake. So if it does go to 1-1, I'll actually be in profit now. So I've got £34 on the draw, and on the correct score market, I'll be losing £6 on the 1-1. So it'll be £28 profit. If it stays 1-0, then that's £50.75 profit minus the £2 that I've just put on the correct score market. So this trade is done now. Could look at laying off some of this 1-0 profit in case there's another goal. But I just feel with these two teams, that is incredibly unlikely. Just have another look at the attack momentum. So it looks like Juventus were really pushing for it, but now they've got the red card. That'll probably be it. Let's see. So yeah, still just the one shot on target in this half, despite the 68% possession. So yeah, I'm thinking just to leave it now, really. And yeah, I'll either have some good profit on the 1-0 or some lowish profit on the 1-1. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening, and I'll See you next time.